Welcome everyone to, what are we, day 3 of the round of 32. Oh my god, I've had it given to me today. I've had it served to me today by followers and non-followers. People who have found my post yesterday where I predicted who would qualify from last night's games. I got 3 out of 3 incorrect. Absolute disaster. And I got my comeuppance because I've had an awful lot of flack today as a result of it. There you are. That's life. That's how it goes. Today we are Ivory Coast fans. In my opinion, they go through. I've put some money on that, and we'll see. I think a lot of people really, really hope that Erling Haaland and his boys can make it. Excuse me here while I just have a little bit of granola, and I'm just gonna finish my dinner. I kind of got up yesterday and walked off. We have, how long do we have? 13 minutes till we get going. So I'm just gonna set things up in the background. I'm gonna add my score video printer thing up now. Here, find matches, Ivory Coast, Norway. Save settings. That should now bring up my little video printer around here with the result, and there we are. There's the team. There we go. We're up. And then I've got the match here. Oh, we can have a look at this. We can have a look at the lineup as well if we like in a moment. Let me just quickly grab another tab and drag it over here. I can have a look at who starts tonight. Obviously, Norway rested a whole load of players versus France, right? Got stuffed as a result of it. 4-5-1. It was 4-1? 5-1? I can't remember. And they come today with their full lineup, but momentum, right? It's like over a week now since they won a game. I still think that hits you hard. People say to me, oh no, momentum is like in-game. It's about form. Yeah, but their form's been hit. They've been beaten. They've been beaten considerably by the kind of champions elect, according to everyone. We'll see, won't we? But what I think is that Ivory Coast are in the habit of winning. They are in the habit of winning. And when you get in the habit of winning, it's hard for someone to shake you out of that. Right, so let me have a look at the lineups. How long have we got till we start? Oh, we've got 11 minutes yet. I can just have some granola and chill. I'm not going to go anywhere this time. Like I did last time. I got up and walked off, didn't I? That is delicious. Let's have a look. Right. I got the teams there. I don't need that at the moment. What else did I want to do? Oh! I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll share my screen over here. And I will share screen with my... Here we go. This is my World Cup challenge, right? $500 to $10,000. Anyone who hasn't seen it, this is what I've been doing across the World Cup. This is why I was so gutted that yesterday went so badly, because now more people know me for being the guy that got 3 wrong in a row than they do for the fact that I've been doing this all World Cup. And that I'm about 50-50, 52% win rate, but I'm actually up from $500 to $5,300. And I was up as far as $6,500. So all the people who think I'm crazy and rubbish are wrong. I've been doing this for a bit, and I've actually been doing all right. Anyway, let me just finish this. I know it's dreadful of me to eat while I'm streaming, but I was hungry and I wanted to get going. I need to put in my bets. So what I did is I placed my bets a little while ago, but I haven't added them to my thing yet. So my bets are, if I quickly go into my phone and I can have a look at them on my phone, right? Off of here. Right. So I'm just going into, am I still connected to my VPN? Sorry, yes I am. Okay, so I can just go straight into Toshi here. Come on. Oh gosh, it's warm actually up here. Right. Here we go. So now I can look at my open bets. Oh, come on, man. Let me see them. Because I'm going to put them into the system while we wait to go. So I've got several open bets now. I placed a few here. So the first one I bet was... Okay, so add bet. I did to qualify. So it's accumulator combo. And it is called Last 32 Combo. It's a custom one. And my pick is... So Ivory Coast, France, and Ecuador. To combo. So combo, and the odds I got on that were, wow, 12.2. I don't think a lot of people fancy Ivory Coast for this tonight, but I'll tell you why I do in a minute. Right, so 12.283. They're my odds, and how much did I put on it? $150. So that's one bet. That brings in $1,800 if it comes in. I like the look of that one. I like it. I'm feeling good about it. The next one is... Okay, I did another combo. Oh, this was a fun one. So I did, and this is Last 32 combo again. And I did... Okay, so CIV versus NOR. And this was both teams to score. Then... France versus Sweden. No, both teams to score. I don't even think Sweden get a goal tonight. And then Mexico, MEX versus ECU, Ecuador. And that is both teams to score. I thought that was a good one, right? So basically what I'm saying is Ivory Coast, Norway, France, Mexico and Ecuador all score tonight, but Sweden don't score. And if that one comes in, that is 7.8 to 1. And I put $150 on that. Now it's another $1,100, so that's a nice one. Bang. Right, now the rest of them are a little bit more simple. So I've got Ivory Coast to qualify. So that was an easy one. So select fixture, Ivory Coast. Bang, Ivory Coast, and the stake I put on that one was $100, and that is 3.4 I got on that. And that, by the way, is in regulation time. That is not in extra time or penalties. My view is Ivory Coast do the business in the 90 minutes plus extra time. Right, place bet. Next one is France, Sweden, and I've got basically, this is a good one, France, Sweden, winner. It's a combo bet, actually. No, it's an over-under bet, and it is France by 3. I think France are going to stuff Sweden tonight. 2.88. My odds, and I've put $100 on that. 100 buckers. Bang. God, we're getting close. Hope we're getting close because we've only got 5 minutes till kickoff. Yeah, I've got 2 left. In fact, no, I've got 1 left, and that is Mexico, Ecuador. Select fixture, Mexico, Ecuador. It's a custom bet. It is Ecuador to qualify. Ecuador on penalties. There you go. Odds on that one were 9 to 1. Love that. Ecuador to qualify on penalties. I put $100 on. Place bet. There you go. Any of you are interested in following this, by the way, you can go to the link in my bio, which takes you through to this site, and you can see my bets listed like this. You can click on any of them and you get all the information up. You can also have a look at the fixtures that I've got on here. You can take a look at the live streams that I'm covering, and plenty of other stuff as well. So all good to go. That was the World Cup Challenge, $500 to 10k. Right, let's now go back to full screen. And I'm just going to grab the links to this stream and drop them in a couple of my channels just to get a few extra people in here. If you are one of the 37 who's already joined me, thank you very much. Give me a retweet because it gets a few more people in. That would be marvelous. Right, there we are. So if I just jump in this one, that works. Good. Grab link. Done. I'm dreadful. I can't multitask, so I actually have to say what I'm doing as I do it. Okay, right. I am streaming now. And there is the thing. And then grab. Fucking hell. There we go. Copy. Send it there. And then go drop it in a couple of other places. At the pub. Paste. Done. That absolutely outrageous chart I just saw in that paste. Come out, bang, and then I'm also going to my Toshi one. There it is. Bang. Okay, right, we're good to go. 38 of you in, thank you very much. There we are, 11 minutes that took me to get sorted. Let me switch on my screen so I can see it. Great, we are ready. Lineups, I can give you lineups now. Oh, let me get my shit sorted out. I'm not comfortable at all. Right, so close my iPad, move my rect over so that it is in full visual. There, that looks great. Bring my bottle in. Also, and then I'm just going to finish this because I've got a mouthful left. Lovely. Right, I'll run through the teams for you quickly. I really fancy Ivory Coast here when not a lot of people do. Ivory Coast are playing 4-1-4-1. Love this formation because essentially they've got Pepe and Yan Diomande going absolutely bananas up and down on the wings. And they've got a really nice holding midfield and then obviously Bonnie up front. So, Fofana in goal. Doué, Kusanuo, Agbadu and Conan, flat four defenders. Then Sangare in like a holding midfielder. Pepe, Kessie, Ulai, and Yan Diomande, who I absolutely love watching. What a player, what a career, what a future he's got. Looks like he might be going to Paris Saint-Germain too, which is insane. And then Bonnie up front. Norway have got Nyland. They're playing 4-3-3. Pedersen, Aya, Hegem, and Moller Wolf as their defenders. Arsenal's Odegaard, Berger and Berg. That's not going to be too complicated for me. In midfield. And then they've got Sorloth, Haaland and Nusa. And so that means that, what's the lad called? Strand Larsen hasn't started. So they've got him that they can bring on. Look, I'm not by any means saying that this is like a done deal and it's over and Ivory Coast are going to cruise. I could absolutely get this wrong. But of all the African nations I've watched so far, to me, Ivory Coast have been the most impressive. They look physical. They look, and that's what Norway excel in, by the way. They look physical. They are super fit. They're very, very technically gifted, and they attack. I like it. I'm looking forward to watching them. And they've just kicked off. Ivory Coast in all orange, shooting from left to right. Norway in all white, shooting from right to left. And I am reliably informed. Wait a minute, I thought Norway's change kit was all black. What the fuck's this pretender away kit? They've got a third kit. Who knew? Not me, I had no idea. Oh, right, so Uh, uh, um. Let's see how they set up then. Initially, a bit of a breakdown here. Why is it broken down? I can't understand what's going on. Okay, they're waiting for a throw-in. Question, you know, in this game, they seem to have had the quick ball thing, you know, like all of the balls on the cones all the way around. In the Premier League, a club has a decision about whether they play quick throw because they have the balls available, or whether they have to go and retrieve the ball to then make the play. Have the World Cup, have FIFA decided it's going to be quick ball? Or does the home team, which in this place would be Ivory Coast, do they get to choose? I'm just wondering, curious. If anyone knows, answers on a postcard, that'd be wonderful. Also, BBC have called the Ivory Coast, you know, they give 3 letters, IVC. And usually, because Ivory Coast, obviously a predominantly French-speaking nation, call themselves Côte d'Ivoire, it's usually CIV. That's interesting. That's a little bit incorrect by the BBC. Anyway, no one really cares, do they? Right, Norway in possession. I'm just trying to grab my shit together here so I can see what's going on. Oh, wow. Right. I mean, what a night last night it was. Norway with a lovely ball in. Oh, Haaland, that felt a bit tame, to be honest. Norway just got away with it. A nice break down the right-hand side. Cross in to Haaland, who, weirdly, unmarked, doesn't jump or anything. Tries to, looks like, head it towards another forward rather than take a shot. He could have bullet-headed that, knowing him like I do. And they're offside and it's broken down and we go again. Another question. Why does Haaland have brought Highland as his name on the back of his shirt? What is the brought? I've never seen that before. Anyone know? If you know, let me know. Please drop a comment down here, by the way. If you're watching on X or YouTube, drop a quick comment. I can bring your comment up and I'll have a chat with you, etc. I'll say it here. Drop a comment. Bang. There you go. Look at that. I only want one of those though, so we'll have the predictably one. Delete comment. There we go. Right. Perfect. Norway in possession then. Put the ball forward, breaks down, Ivory Coast clear it, out for a throw-in. Kind of has been all Norway so far, but feels like a very relaxed this game. There's a real relaxed feel to it at the moment. There's absolutely no tension. Although Norway have just given the ball away in midfield, and the ball's moved forward. Bonnie now has got it and is running, and that will be a corner to Ivory Coast, I believe. Or have they won a goal kick? I think they have, which is weird. Oh yeah, Bonnie did kick it last. Fair. Fair is fair. Right. So Norway have already started with their big arms in the air chanting. I think the Norwegian fans have certainly been amongst those at the top of kind of the United States favourites. All of the big rows that they've been doing in Times Square, in the stadium, and it's been a lot of fun, I think, watching them doing their rowing with their big drummer. Norway in possession now, in defence, moving the ball from left to right. Right. So let's see what's happening then. Very nice bit of possession here by Norway. Who's that lad then? That is Nusa. I liked him when I watched him the other day, Nusa. I watched him pre-tournament when Norway beat Sweden. I think it was like 4-1 or 5-1 or something like that. It was before the tournament started. He looked like a really good player, that Nusa. He's still playing here now. He's carried on being part of that kind of like starting lineup for Norway. I really challenged people. I'm going to come back to that. I really challenged people when they were talking about Norway resting their A team and playing their reserves. I felt the same about the USA when people said they just fielded their reserves for the final game against Turkey. A World Cup, you don't for one, you don't take reserves. You take a squad, and the squad is there to do the job of a squad. But secondly is you go out there to win. You create the habit of winning. And anyone who says like like it's okay to throw a match when you've qualified to rest your players, I think just misses it. And I think your team loses momentum. A lot of people challenged me and they said, no, momentum's just a thing that you have in a match. It isn't something... I disagree. I think momentum is something that you have in a tournament. Ivory Coast there, a very nice break down the right-hand side. And they've got a throw-in an advanced position, probably about 20 yards up from the corner flag, taken quickly and under no challenge. Lovely little 1-2 there. Who was that? I think it was Pepe. It was Pepe. Is that the former Arsenal pet man? Ball swung in. Wow. That was close. There's your warning. Ball swung in from the right-hand side, and it was just a little bit above the attacker there, but seemingly could have been a free header. Lovely ball through the middle there as well. Ivory Coast here, absolutely carving Norway open, to be honest. Ball in. Defender had to meet that and click it away. Still with Pepe now. As he moves into the penalty area. He's been tackled. He's going to put it back, I imagine now. No, he's carried on. He's held on to it. They're playing some really nice, incisive football. This is what I like about Ivory Coast. Great little ball through there. Pepe down on the byline. Is he going to put the ball in? And it's out for a corner. Couple of minutes spell there for Ivory Coast, and Norway will not like this. It's what I was saying about Ivory Coast. They are big, they are dominating, they attack. They never stop attacking. And here they are. They were okay to soak it up for a couple of minutes at the beginning, but they're straight out on the attack. Ah, Kalina is in the big box that they have. If anyone remembers Pierluigi Collina, he was the referee, the Italian bald-headed referee with the massive eyes back in the day, and he's in the FIFA box for the match here in Dallas, Texas. Love this stadium as well. Corner whipped in then by Pepe. Oh, just misses its intended forward. Actually goes out the other side now for a goal kick. That will be the key for Ivory Coast. I don't think they will... I don't think they'll be in a position where they don't get chances. It'll be whether they can convert their chances. And Norway, we're still yet to see. They haven't really showed their card in terms of how they're hoping to set up in this game. And we're 10 minutes in already, everyone. So, like, it's a lot, right? It's a lot. You need to be jumping straight onto it. Right, let me have a quick look at content here. I'm just going to quickly jump into my X account and see what people are saying or not saying. God, I got some shit earlier today, let me tell you. That post that I did yesterday. So basically I sent one saying, what did I say? Breaking: Japan to cause massive World Cup upset, knock out Brazil, Germany to put on a masterclass, and Netherlands to overcome a huge challenge and beat Morocco. So I got all three wrong. That post has now had 319,000 impressions. When I woke up this morning, it had 20,000. Ivory Coast again, break the ball down in midfield, move the ball forward with pace. Just a bit ahead. This is what I mean. Maybe they just lack that little bit of quality. But in terms of like on the breakdown, I think Ivory Coast are going to take some beating here. I don't know what Norway's intended is. I don't know how they intend to do it. Although they win the ball in midfield there. Nusa's got the ball now. It's up to Odegaard. Yeah, can't get it over to Haaland. I mean, Haaland is the ace in the pocket, right? He's the ace in the sleeve. If you've got Haaland, there's a goal at any moment if you get things right. Free kick to Ivory Coast, pulled back after a quick little advantage. Oh yeah, it's definitely it was Pepe that was fouled. Emerson Faye there, the Ivory Coast manager, looking really animated down on the bench. Ivory Coast moving the ball from side to side in defence. I'd say they don't stay doing that for long. They always move the ball forward. They kind of remind me of maybe not technically as good, but in terms of the way they go at people, they kind of remind me a bit of like late 90s Manchester United with like Dennis Irwin and Gary Neville as the fullbacks, and David Beckham and Ryan Giggs in front of Scholes with them, and Roy Keane, and then up to Andy Cole and up to Dwight York. Like, it was always progressive football. Ivory Coast never sit still. They're not happy to play from side to side and hold possession. It's always with the intention of moving forward. And a lot of the time, like just happened, the ball it breaks down, it goes out for a goal kick or whatever. But if they find a little run, they will score. They'll certainly put themselves in a position where they can. That is absolutely for certain. Whew. Right, let's see how we're doing now. So we are... Oh, that's a foul. Oh, no. Noosa on the ball for Norway. And broken down again. Ivory Coast recover possession. Lovely little ball over the top, and Norway win possession back. So yeah, really interesting. I think there was a good group as well, right? The group with these guys in it. Let's have a quick look at their... Oh, there's a head-to-head here. How have they done? So season so far. So for the World Cup, Côte d'Ivoire have scored 4. Norway have scored 8, and I think that's always the reason why Norway are kind of favourites going into this. That's a beautiful ball in. Oh, again, Ivory Coast striker Bonnie, is it? He takes hold of it, but it just gets away from him. He's going to have to get a bit of better close control up in the final third. Otherwise, they're not going to make any of this possession count. Currently, Norway are just soaking it all up. So yeah, of the games played so far, Ivory Coast have scored 4 in their 3 group stage games, and Norway scored 8. But Norway did have that big win versus Iraq, didn't they? Big win versus Iraq. Then they beat Senegal 3-2, which I think surprised a lot of people. I thought Senegal would have been up for it, and maybe that's why as well, that the... people have got Norway as the favourite. Senegal are a great African nations team, and obviously we've got another African team here in Ivory Coast. I just think Ivory Coast are a bit more progressive in the way they play. That's why I fancy them for the game. 14 minutes in, and I don't think I'm being proved wrong currently. I kind of like... I'm a little bit resentful of yesterday's results. Like, I've had that post that I said got 300,000... impressions. I've also had 2,400 replies of people basically saying, you're a fucking idiot, delete your account, you get 3-0, that didn't age well, don't quit your day job, you're a fool. Think about it, right? I said Japan to cause an upset. Well, they very nearly did. They went 1-0 up, and it wasn't until the 95th minute that Brazil got a winner. And then the other 2 games were decided on penalties. So they literally were on a knife edge. It took 10 penalty kicks to decide which of those teams won or lost. So if you think about it, I wasn't really that far away. This is how I cope. And Ivory Coast back in possession after a corner that didn't really come to much. Oh, lovely ball in. Oh, unlucky. Pepe looks like a completely changed player versus the guy we all saw playing for Arsenal several seasons ago. Nicknamed by my friends and I Pepe Le Poop because he was cack. Let me quickly see what's going on here. I'm just going to ask my mates actually. Is this the same Pepe that played for Arsenal? Just finding out from my mates. Right. So that was Norway's route to the round of 32. After that 4-1 kind of demolition, to be honest. Actually, I'm talking out my arse here. So that's the last 5 games we're looking at in terms of their form. So if we look at the game, the goals they scored 1, another 3 against Senegal, and then 4. Oh no, that is right. 4. They did score 8. Whereas Ivory Coast beat Curacao 2-0. They lost to 2-1 to Germany. And they beat Ecuador 1-0. Ecuador are no slouches, man. Very, very interesting how this one's lining up. Do we have any other stats? No, that's literally it. Just a full word there. Match stats right now is 47.7% possession to Ivory Coast. And expected goals, they're at 0.1 versus Norway's 0.03. And I think that's because they've really been the team of the two that has moved the ball up the field with any sense of purpose. Pepe on the ball again here on the right-hand side, in line with the 18-yard box. They're in nice possession here. Pepe's got the ball back, puts it in. Pepe's in again. Oh, plays a neat 1-2. That ball stayed in. It has gone out. Unlucky. And Pepe, nicely here, is kind of arguing with his mate up front because they're frustrated that they didn't work a shot out of that. They are certainly the better attacking side currently. And that's not to say that will be the case all the way through, but right now you have to look at Ivory Coast and say they've come here with a plan for sure. And I'm not quite sure what Norway's plan is. Okay, other games we've got tonight. So at 10 p.m. UK time, so that's in 3 3/4 hours. We've got France versus Sweden. That would be great. And then overnight, if anyone wants to red-eye it, I don't think I've got the energy, although I think it'll be a good game. It's Mexico versus Ecuador. I actually think that will be a great game. All 3 of these games tonight are lined up to be good ones. I think France absolutely demolish Sweden tonight, by the way. I haven't got Sweden with a fucking hope in hell's chance. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Thank you to the 113 of you that have showed up so far. Appreciate you all. Drop me a repost if you would. I'd be very, very grateful. And I would, if you want to leave a comment down here, drop a comment and I will obviously come back and answer it. Norway in possession here. Nice little ball up. Oh, there you go. See, and there it was. Norway corner. And if I come back to my lineup, I can see who that was up front because I couldn't quite make out. Who was that? It wasn't Haaland. I think it might have been Berg. It's a 7. There's Nusa. Who is that? No, it's their number 5, who is Muller Wolf. Okay, so their fullbacks are getting up the field a bit. Ivory Coast now in the breakdown are moving the ball up again. This is how they do it, straight away. They settle the ball in midfield and they look up. Who is moving? Where can I put the ball up? How can I move up the field? And interestingly, of all the attacking that they've had so far, it's all been down one side with Pepe. But now Yan Diomande in. Oh! Right foot cuts the ball inside. Who was that? It wasn't Yan Diomande. It was their number 3, which is Conan, who's overlapped Yan Diomande. Takes a right-footed shot. The keeper would have had it saved, but it hits the side netting. And that is another warning shot. another warning shot to Norway. If Norway don't take heed of the 2 warnings they've had here, that Ivory Coast are going to move the ball up the field with pace, they are going to find themselves a goal down in no time. I absolutely love the way Ivory Coast move the ball forward. They're just so dynamic. Of all of the African nations, I'm going to say it, Ivory Coast are the one that I think play the best football. In Ghana, we saw what Ghana do, didn't we? They park the bus and defend like nobody's business, but I'm not having it that they're a great attacking outfit. I think Senegal play good football too. I actually do like Senegal. I'm looking forward to watching them later in the week. Who did they get again? Who did Senegal get? Fucking hell, Ben. You're supposed to know these things, lad. Right, fixtures. They got... Oh, Belgium, isn't it? And then the winner of that is likely to play USA if USA beat Bosnia. Ivory Coast there have conceded, I think, a throw-in far down. It might even be a corner, and that's that Noosa. That Noosa is a nuisance. It is a corner ball. He's a good player. He's a good player. I like him. So corner ball, they're fucking around with their corners, Norway. They got the biggest, baddest man in fucking the United States right now in Erling Haaland. Get the ball in. Right. Yeah, they've played the ball in. It's a lovely ball in. Well defended by Ivory Coast. Oh, and Nick. Oh, wow. So the ball came towards... So it was on its way back to the centre circle. Played back. An Ivory Coast player, it's Diomande, nipped in. The midfielder and the defender of Norway were saying, you have it, you have it. And as Jan Diomande nipped in and got it, they took him out. I'd be surprised if that isn't a booking. I think they've got away without a booking there. It fucking should have been a yellow card. That should have been Odegaard booked, in my opinion. I think it was Odegaard that shoulder checked him. Number 6. No, it wasn't. It wasn't him, actually. Who's their number 6? Berg. P. Berg. And that is... Oh, God. Hydration break time, everyone. Don't know what you want to go and do about it, but there you go. Go get your drink. So the winner of this game, obviously, will go on to play Brazil. Here's my view on that. Both of these teams are very physical. I think Norway would probably be a little bit more conservative against Brazil. And maybe you need that. Maybe you need that, because if you go all out fucking guns blazing against Brazil and you get caught, you're in trouble. But then again, we saw last night from Japan that when you put Casemiro and the 2 Brazilian fullbacks under pressure, they buckle. Casemiro, I know he scored the equaliser. Let's be careful not to blow too much smoke up his arse, because he was at fault for the goal that they conceded, or joint at fault. And he gave away a hell of a free kick and picked up a booking, and he was in all kinds of trouble, in my opinion. Casemiro has been in all kinds of trouble versus Morocco, where he got bought off at half-time, and all kinds of trouble versus Japan last night. I think if he comes up against Ivory Coast, he's going to get his ass handed to him, in my opinion. Don't know necessarily about Norway. I think Norway are lacking, in midfield. I think they absorb the ball nicely. I think that Noosa lad is a good player, actually, from their midfield. But if it's 4-3-3, he's one of the front wingers. So he's not really. I wouldn't say he's really like a midfielder as such. I think Odegaard is. It's not the same Odegaard as with Arsenal. He's not got the same lads around him. And Berger and Berg are not. They're not it for me. They're not it for me. And then coming on, I don't know who they've got that they can bring on. Pedersen. No, he's playing already. Who have they got? Oh, they've got Bob, haven't they? B-O-B-B, Bob. Strand Larsen, obviously, can come on. Yeah. I don't know. I do like Diomande. There's two key players here for Ivory Coast are Diomande and Pepe. I think they look the real deal. Back into play then. Oh, no, are they pulling it back? What are they doing? Why have they called that back? They're waiting. Okay, now they're kicking off again. What, were they waiting for a commercial to finish? Right, interesting to see now. Has the Norwegian coach told Norway to pull their finger out of their arse because they've been sat there absorbing and not really looking like they had a plan? Suddenly they look like they're coming forward with a little bit more energy. That ball's gone out for a throw-in. And is it a Norway throw-in or an Ivory Coast throw-in? It is an Ivory Coast throw-in. I don't think that went out, you know. But there you are. They've said it has nonetheless. Oh. The Norwegian fans, I can hear them currently doing their row. It's very intimidating. I remember a few years back, I think it was Iceland that did that. They used to do the clap. I remember that because I remember England fucking got beat by them stupidly. Right, ball in, over the back. Oh, wowee. Ball put in from the left-hand side. And I think it is, who is that? Number 19. It's Pepe. Is it Pepe that took the shot? And instead of hitting the ball properly for an absolute shot, yeah, he's tried to put it across the face of goal. And Bonnie isn't there for him. That's such a shame. It was really well worked. If he'd have just fucking took the shot, they might have been better off, to be honest. Pepe taking the corner then, because Norway just cleared it by booting it out. Bit of a missed opportunity there, to be honest, for Ivory Coast. And this is going to be the problem. They've got to convert one of these shots, one of these chances. They're having a really nice bit of possession in this half. And they just aren't making it count. There's a lovely ball in. Oh, right in at the back stick. And it's just bounced over. Who is that? Kessie, I think. Just bounced over Kessie and didn't quite get to him. But again, they felt kind of undermarked there. Pepe and Diomande are definitely the danger men for Ivory Coast. Nice bit of possession for Norway here. Ivory Coast kind of swarm them and break the ball down and get possession again. And now they're off. And where are they up here? They think they're 3 versus 3. Oh, Pepe is a really nice player. This is what Arsenal wish they had. And it's gone out for a corner ball. I tell you what, Pepe is on his way here to a great performance. So Yan Diomande taking the corner in now then. Should he not be in and amongst that? So many tabs open on my laptop and I can hear the fan of my laptop going to work. And I'm like, hold on, lad. We got an hour and a half to go yet. So don't be getting all fucking hot and bothered on me now. So I'm just going to close a load of apps quickly while we're here chatting away. Anything that hasn't got a place can just get shut. You can go. Canva, you can go. All the memory you're soaking up, motherfucker. You can go for sure. What about you? Can you go? No, I need you. Just bring you down. Okay, well that will do. Whew, little fan on it or something. Can't have a fan in here though, can I? I suppose this is what laptops fans are for though, isn't it? But is he hot? He is a bit hot. He's working hard today. Oh, well, there you are. 150 of you here. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you. I would love to have a comment down here or two. Can someone just do it for me just for the crack, just because they're good people? Like, just click on the video itself. Like, click on my profile picture and you'll open up a video and there'll be a little screen in there where you can drop a comment in the feed. And it would just make me feel better about myself, to be honest. Because right now I feel like 150 people here and no one gives a fuck. Norway on the ball. Lovely bit of possession play there. Right. Norway very, very happy just to hold on to the ball. Just to hold on to the ball and soak it up. Noosa there with a lovely touch on the right-hand side. Sprays it all the way over across the field to the chap on the right-hand side who loses it immediately. And now Diomande is breaking. He is the real deal, that boy, isn't he? And they've just won a corner as a result of it. 19 years old, tall, athletic, great vision, lovely kind of like range of passing. Moves the ball fast up the field. He's going to be really dangerous. Kind of a bit, I guess, like Elise on the other side of the field. If Paris did land him and they had Elise and Diomande, oh my God. What, as if they needed to be any more dangerous. Diomande now taking the corner that he's just won. Oh, he's played it low and on the ground. That was an interesting one. A little bit different. Hasn't gone where it needed to, but Ivory Coast still in possession. Into the area. Go win a penalty, lad. Oh. Nearly lost the ball there. Didn't lose it. Oh, they play such lovely close touch football, Ivory Coast. That's a great run, and that will be another corner. Another corner to Ivory Coast. Definitely the short, quick played corner too. So I won't say what I was going to say because they're putting the ball back in. And that is bloody Erling Haaland at the back stick, clearing the ball out, defending. That's where we are right now. That is where we are right now. That gives you, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about the way this is going, the fact that Erling Haaland is bloody defending the ball for them, that's, you know, what more do you need to know? Possession control, that's interesting there. They just showed that was 45% Ivory Coast, 50% Norway, and 5% in contest. Never seen that before. Here come the Ivory Coast again then. Number 17 is Doué. And have they just won? No, they've given away a throw-in to Norway right down, so they'll move back into a defensive formation. Norwegian fans trying to keep the team going. It feels a little less enthusiastic, if I'm honest, from the Norwegian fans here. And I think it probably does because the Norwegian players look very flat. And I'm just going to say it, this is what happens in a tournament when you rest a team for a week. And I think maybe USA can be a little bit more up for it, right? They're on home soil. They know how important this is. Canada are already through. You know, maybe USA will have got a little bit more reason to get really fired up for the game. But for me right now, Norway look flat. And I can't help but say, if you rest 11 fucking players because you've qualified from the group, that's why you're looking a little bit flat. Ball in there to Erling Haaland, who is not in a great position to make the header. Connects with it down into the ground, and the Ivory Coast goalkeeper saves it. Interestingly, for what is a less than a half chance, it's the loudest the crowd in the stadium have gone for the whole match. They love Erling Haaland. Oh, careful, careful, Diamande. Telling the fucking referee to make a booking because you've been fouled. I thought we'd kick that out of the game. Seems to be making a comeback. I sounded off yesterday because Vinicius Jr. was doing that as well. He gets up and makes the header, but it's in a really... The ball's behind him, so Haaland's had to really arc back, and by the time he's come forward to put anything on it, he hasn't got the angle right, and it just goes into the ground and into the Ivory Coast keeper's arms. Pepe on the ball. Straight away, ping up. Where can I go forward? And Bonnie has got the ball, and he's won the ball, and he's held it up, and it's taken 2 Norwegian defenders to get it off him there. I think, honestly, Norway looks slack, although they're moving the ball forward nicely there. That's a lovely bit of play. Berg there with his headband moving the ball forward, finds Nusa, who does exactly what I've seen him do and moves forward with pace. Odegaard there fucked that right up. Took too many touches, slowed the ball down into an Ivory Coast midfielder and cleared. Norway still on the ball though. Interesting that. Definitely really like that Nusa that plays for Norway. He is a top talent. Odegaard in possession. So Norway have kept that possession running though, and it's Nusa on the ball again. Lovely ball, it's a goal! What a great goal from Norway! Wow! Wowee! Out of nowhere, if you look at the way this game has gone, and it was Nusa, I said it, man. He is a player. He takes the ball to him, he pushes it out onto his right-hand side, just inside the area, right foot up into the top right-hand corner. Beautiful curling shot. It's a great finish. A beautiful goal. Norway cannot say that they deserve it. They can't. They have been mid. But that is an exceptional finish. Wow. It is a goal that if Vinicius Jr. had scored it, we'd all be saying, how does he do it? Oh my God. If you get to see the replay for this, share it, because honest to God, what a goal. And what a young player this Nusa is. I really like him. And Norway will breathe a sigh of relief. And my bet is down the pan. And to be honest, I don't really care that much, because it'll keep everyone saying that I'm garbage at betting. And Ivory Coast have just made a bit of a fuck up there as well, and they've given possession away. And now Norway have got a throw in line with their 18-yard box. and they'll come forward. And I think Ivory Coast will be feeling very, very aggrieved for what has just happened. What a fantastic goal that was. Totally against the run of play. And an exceptional finish. And they've got another ball whipped in here. And this is Haaland's free. Oh! Ball put in. And it's Sorloth heads it down to him. And Erling Haaland is in front of a goalkeeper and the goal. And nothing else. And he swipes at it. And somehow the Ivory Coast defender makes up number 18. Who is that? It's Sangare, the central midfielder. And deflects it out, and he'll be feeling very happy with himself because Norway could have been 2-0 up, and you'd have to say that might have been that. And we're only 41 minutes in, but that would have been a tough one to come back from. Ivory Coast need to be careful here. Oh my gosh, the resulting corner from that got swung in. It was a beautiful corner, and was it met with a header? It was met with a header from number 7, who is Sorloth, who puts it across the face of goal. Haaland again can't quite get to it, and it's out for a goal kick. What a passage of play from Norway. From literally nowhere, they have taken the lead, and they might well have doubled it or even trebled it. Ivory Coast need to soak a bit of possession back up and think about it, and it's exactly what I was saying earlier. Ivory Coast, for all of the possession and all of the momentum, they've not been able to make that pay. And Norway showing, really, that maybe that rest has done them the world of good. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. And maybe you don't lose momentum because they've absorbed all of that pressure from Ivory Coast. It's come to nothing, and eventually they've broken them down. And via an exquisite finish from Nusa, find themselves a goal to the good. Ivory Coast, though, in a breakdown of play. Oh, unlucky. Diamande, they're so strong. Ivory Coast still on the ball. I tell you what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Norway players behind the goal there, behind the ball in no time. And the Norwegian fans are giving it some now. They'd gone a bit quiet. I think they probably felt a little bit like there didn't really appear to be a great deal of impetus. And honestly, I will stick by what I was saying. I still don't see Norway's plan. The plan can't be let Nusa score an absolute fucking worldie, can it? Because if that's the plan, how do you know that's going to happen? Because that's what that's the difference here between the two teams. One of them can finish, one of them can't. Certainly hasn't been for opportunity making. And that's another corner for Ivory Coast. It is a corner, yeah. Are they looking at it? Are they going to look at it? No, they told him he can take it. So Pepe's going to swing a corner in here for Ivory Coast. What a kick in the teeth it would be for... What's happening here? Are they letting them take the corner or not? There's some confusion about whether it's a corner or not. Right, the ball in. Pepe takes it. Lovely ball in. Erling Haaland is the guy who makes the corner. An Ivory Coast player feels like he's just been dragged down in the area. He's gone down looking for a penalty. His arms are up, raised, and they're chasing the goal referee around the field. Let's see if we can have the replay back and look at what happened there. They all feel like they've got... Wait. We've been told to wait. Nah. I mean, he's gone down like a sack of shit afterwards, but his top was pulled. They're not going to give that. If they give that, then we just as well pack up and go home. Yeah. We've looked at it and we're carrying on. 4 minutes have added on to follow as Ivory Coast move the ball forward again. And, oh, that's a nasty challenge from Noosa. That is a yellow card from Noosa. And is that the first booking of the game? They should have had one earlier to Odegaard. And yes, that is the first booking of the game. Noosa, the goal scorer, has just conceded a foul in a dangerous area, actually, about 25 yards out. This is the kind of area where Pepe might... Let's have a look. No, it's going to be a cross he takes. It won't be a shot, but it's a very, very awkward position he's taken it from. So will Ivory Coast regret not finishing earlier in the game when they had all of those great possession? Header. Oh, wow. Free kick whipped in. It's a header and it's gone out for a goal kick. They keep panning to this one Ivory Coast fan who looks so animated. That should be a corner. That should be a corner. It's definitely a corner. Boom, boom. Yep. Are they giving a goal kick for it? That might be 1-0 on that. Yeah, it's a goal kick. 46 minutes, 50 seconds. So look, we're 2 minutes away from half time. And let's see what we can do now. Thank you to 187 of you that have joined me for the match. That is fantastic. I really appreciate you tuning in. Let's see then what we can do at half time. We'll have a quick look at the bets and we will have a look at Predictfully too and see what's going on there. Okay. Okay, so. Slowing the ball down, Norway. I think they are happy to finish up and see out the half. It would appear. Ivory Coast back in possession, all the way back to their goalkeeper. Come on, guys, you've got 2 minutes. Don't fucking stop now. Get up there and take another one. Pepe. I tell you what, Pepe, he looks like a fucking different player than the one that was at Arsenal. Really struggled at Arsenal, didn't he? Despite, I think he went for something like 70 million quid all those years ago and didn't really amount to much. And God knows where he ended up going. Maybe back to France. I think he came from a French team. Lyon or something like that. But he looks like a great player. Bit of header tennis here between the two teams in midfield. Ball under a lovely bit of control there by Bonnie. But he's lost possession and it's back out to Norway, who will put it back to their defenders and hold on to it for a bit. Okay, well look, that's it. So there you go. Norway won to the good at half time. You have to say, completely against the run of play. I will die on that hill. They have not deserved to be where they are at. But nonetheless, they are there and they've done it. Good for them. Still feels a little bit. Haaland is giving Noosa a very funny side eye there, as if to say, where the fuck did that finish come from? You have to say, if anyone can go back and look. In fact, I'm going to have a look and see if I can find a replay of it, because it is a sensational finish. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, let's have a look. We've criticised Spurs a lot over the past few seasons. They had a serious work to do this summer, but Mateus Fernandes, have they signed him then? Wow. Tottenham agree a club record deal for Mateus Fernandes from Tottenham Hotspur. From West Ham United, sorry. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano is saying it. £85 million fixed fee as West Ham accept the price they've always asked for. Holy shit. Man United will now focus on different targets in midfield. Well, that's interesting because that you would assume puts to bed all talk of Sandro Tonali to Tottenham Hotspur. So who comes in for Sandro Tonali, or does Sandro Tonali continue playing for Newcastle United? And it's Bruno Guimaraes that we lose to Arsenal. Very, very interesting signing that. Would love to know what anyone thinks. Also, breaking news, Newcastle United fined 5.2 million by UEFA for breaches of financial rules. One breach of an overspend of their 3-year period, and the other for UEFA's 70% squad cost ratio limit for 2025. It adds some context for NUFC's need to trade this summer. How the fuck have Newcastle United been fined, but we're still waiting on the 115 allegations of financial misconduct for Manchester City? Can someone please tell me how that's happened? Christ, man. Mental. Right, anyway, I'm not going to get into all of that now. I was going to look for a goal, wasn't I? That's what I was here to do. I'm here to look for a goal. I want to look for that finish by who was the finish by? Jesus Christ, Ben. Why can't you think about what you're doing here? It was Nusa. It was an amazing goal. Let's have a quick look at it. I'm just going to see if I can find here. Nusa. Let's have a look for Nusa goal. Right, have I got it? Here we go. Goal. Unbelievable Nusa. Right. Bang. And I am going to drop in a... I'll tell you what I need before I do that. Right, let's bookmark it. I'm going to grab the link to this video. Copy. Okay, right. Let's go back into history. And that's a great goal. Great thing of the goal. Right. React with video. You can see how I do my video reactions as well now. So there is that. And there is the goal. You have to say it, completely against the run of play, but that is some finish by Nusa. What an amazing goal to put Norway 1-0 up. I am currently live. Come and join me. I'm live streaming right now on X and YouTube. Just follow the link in my bio. Done. It isn't the link in my bio, is it, Ben? Let's have another go at that. See? You can see how this works. What an incredible goal. Here it is, out onto his right foot. Ugh, sensational finish there by Nusa. What a young player. Puts Norway 1-0 up, totally against the run of play. I am streaming right now. Just click on the link on my profile and come join me. It's Norway 1, Ivory Coast 0, and we're just about to get into the second half. That's better. Right, so now next, and then I can say here, sensational goal by... spell his name. For Norway. Totally against the run of play. But what a finish. I'm live right now. Then drop the link, which I pasted earlier. There it is. Done. And I will do a little hand down pointy arrow. There you go, people. Now you know how I do my shit, if you didn't know before. Down, 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 post. Right, cool. there we are. We're going. Eden. Hey, man. How are you? Sorry, I missed your comment there. There you are. Let me bring you up. Are you still here? Comment if you are still here. It'd be great to chat. How's it going, man? How are you? How are things? I am currently watching the Ivory Coast versus Norway match. We're at half time. Norway are 1-0 up against the run of play. But 1-0 is 1-0. And a win is a win. 45 minutes away from progressing into the last 16, where they will face Brazil in the next round. And then other games that are being played tonight. France versus Sweden. Really interesting game that one's going to be. And then France versus Sweden. And France versus Sweden, they will meet the winner of last night's game. So that's Paraguay, who beat Germany. Don't I just know it? And then the other one tonight is Mexico versus Ecuador, who will then go into the next 16 and await the winner of England versus Congo tomorrow night. It's really starting to shape up. And then we've got some more really good games this week. They're just replaying the kind of free headers that Haaland has had. He's had 2 so far. One was a header which he kind of had to arc himself really far back for and header down into the ground. It just didn't work so well. And the other one was when Sorloth managed to get the ball across to him, and he was stood in front of goal all alone, and he couldn't pull the trigger. It was just a bit of an awkward angle. Shame for him there, really. So where are we at now then? We're a few minutes away from this one going live. Why did that not send? Retry. Let me just see if it did send. All that effort I put into that video, and it doesn't look like it's sent. No. It's waiting to send now. Why would it not be sending? Oh, it's because I closed the app on my phone. That's why. You have to wait, don't you, for it to go through. Hell of a goal from Noosa. I just keep seeing replays of it. Really, really good. That sent now? I think that has gone. Let me just have a look, see if that has sent. It hasn't. Why the fuck are you not sending then? Is that because I'm streaming at the moment? Will it not let me? Let's have a look at back. And oh yeah, it did. There you go. Great. And done. Right, well look, if everyone wants to grab a very quick comfort break, I'll be back in a few minutes. No, I'm joking. We're nearly there now though. Nearly into the second half. Half time becomes a bit of a nuisance, to be honest. I wish half time was just sort of the same length as the hydration breaks. So let's jump in there. I wonder what other people think so far then of the game. 1-0 to Norway. Oh my god, that stadium in Dallas is absolutely sensational. It's like a dome and the retractable roof is closed, so they're all indoors. Air conditioning on. It looks insane. Such a cool stadium. NFL be back around very soon, really, won't it? September start? Be here in no time at all. Right. Oh, God. France versus Sweden starts 3 hours from now, and then tomorrow, with coverage starting at 4 p.m, I'm told, so that's going to be an early one for me. 5 p.m. start here in the UK, so an hour earlier than we got going tonight. England versus Congo. Will I watch that and stream it with you lot, or will I not bother and just try and enjoy the stress on my own? I'll probably end up doing that, to be honest. Let's have a look at that one. Right, that one's done. I'm just firing off a load of replies. Sorry, I've had quite a lot of people on Twitter ping me during the match. Seeing some highlights quickly. Netherlands versus Morocco. Great first goal as well. Gakpo as well with the goal. Bless Gakpo, man. What a hard week for him. And he comes back after all of that, scores a belting goal. Oh, bless him. Points to the sky. And then a little bit later on, Morocco equalise, obviously. And then we have that wild... Oh, God, it's a good goal, mind, from Morocco. He does the stat. It's a great Cantona-esque celebration from him. Things you love to see, I tell you. So now we're in penalty shootout era. Right, here we go. So let me see. First penalty for Netherlands was a good penalty. The first great penalty from Koopmeiners. And then... Oh, and then Morocco hit the crossbar with their first. Netherlands must have thought, that's it. We're home and dry here, lads. Oh, and then it's the post from the Netherlands. They missed their second. So then Morocco... They do with the next one. Oh yeah, I saw that one. So the lad saves it, and then somehow it gets snarled up underneath him, and he ends up fucking kicking it back into his own net. Oh, what a killer! So that's 1-1 after 2 each. Oh, that's a who's that? Vekhorst. What a penalty! Another great penalty from Morocco. Oh, they're showing all the penalties here. I love it. Oh my God, that Netherlands fourth one is dreadful. And then Morocco hit the post, so it remains 2-2. Oh, Somerville it was that missed his. Didn't realise. I really like Somerville as well. I'm hoping that he ends up at Newcastle United. Ah, and then Morocco score the last one. What a mad penalty shootout that was. Bonkers. So Morocco now doing very, very well. Let's not forget, Morocco were semi-finalists a while back. They're no slouches. Teams back out on the field then. So here we go for the second half of Norway versus the Ivory Coast. Norway 1-0 up after, let's be absolutely frank here, they got away with it. First 35 minutes were all Ivory Coast. And then Nusa with an absolutely exceptional goal. And we're back in play. The goal was after 39 minutes. And here we go again then. So, Ivory Coast shooting from right to left as I look at in all orange. Norway in their change strip of all white shirt, socks and shorts are going from left to right. Immediately a free kick at the halfway line. Here we go then. Right. Oh, get comfortable, Ben. Have a nice 45 minutes. I'd quite like to watch one go into extra time here because the game I pushed yesterday didn't go into extra time. It was the Brazil-Japan match and they got one at the death, didn't it? Let's see how we're doing then. very awkward ball high up the field there, and Doué dealing with it. Oh, what a lovely, well played. Go on, lad. Diomande on the ball, gets pushed over. That's a free kick. Well, one thing I will say, regardless of the result here tonight, is that Diomande is a exceptional talent. He and Pepe have been the real kind of like highlights on the field, but I imagine Pepe is probably in his early 30s by now, certainly in his very late 20s. Diomande, 19 years old, and he looks like a real player. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him for the next couple of seasons. Chasing the keeper down. Ooh. Awkward bounce. Ivory Coast never know when they're done. They never know when they're done. I would say that was potentially a free kick, but Norway, it's very interesting to see. Are Norway going to slow the game down a bit? And will they fall foul of some of these like slow down rule changes? Like, oh, that's a free kick. Get off his shirt, man. Oh, he's not giving it. And this is the thing with Ivory Coast. They get themselves in such good positions, but you feel like they're just technically, with the exception of Diomande, it just feels a tiny bit lacking in the final third. Just like the ball seems to just get away from them a little bit. Or the first touch is just a little bit wayward or not quite where it needed to be. Or the ball goes in and it's a tiny bit high. It's just that quality that feels like it's lacking. So Ivory Coast back in possession. Diomande on the ball. Puts it out to his winger that's come in. Crosses the ball, finds its way all the way over to Pepe on the other side of the field. Tricky feet. Ball ends up coming in. Oh, wow. Keeper misses it and it scuds all the way across. And it's Conan on the other side of the field, and now Diomande. There's a ball in. Oh, it's out for a corner ball. Holy shit, that was close. Really tricky feet by Pepe. Pulls it back for Doué, who puts a cross, I would say, across the face into that corridor of uncertainty. It finds its way all the way across. The Norwegian keeper actually gets his fingertips on it, but it doesn't meet a Norwegian defender or an Ivory Coast attacker. And now the referee coming over to tell off. Who is that he's telling off? Number 7, Kusanu. Big strapping lad who is all over the Norwegian goalkeeper. It's the one team, you would say, that Norway would come up against where the size of... Oh yeah, that's not... Where the size of the team isn't imposing, because Norway have got some big lads. I think they've got 3 or 4 players over 6'4", and Ivory Coast are also big physical players. Don't mind an aerial duel, don't mind a tussle, don't mind holding the ball up. Ball gets cleared following that corner and finds its way back into the feet of the Ivory Coast team, who again, none of this side-to-side possession. Looks honestly like they couldn't care less about keeping possession. It's just get up the field. And Norway camped very, very deep. So is this a sign of things to come here? Are we... Oh, that was a lovely little touch. The ball got played all the way over to Doué, who jumped up and with his right leg puts it underneath his left leg and takes control of the ball. Real silky skill, that. I mean, not under any pressure or anything. Still, it's very cool to see. They've replayed it about 3 times. There's the ball over. Go on, Diomande. Get after that down the left-hand side. And the Norwegian defender comes across and clears it out. That will be a throw in to Ivory Coast. Quite far up. And Ball just booted out, and it just showed a lad in a Mexico shirt holding onto it. Would you keep the ball? Regulation ball? I'm tempted to see if I could push it into a backpack or something. You need a little valve with you so that you can just like put it in and deflate it quickly, and then put it away. Right, Ivory Coast here on the ball, all the way down to the byline. Ball across, fizzes across. Norwegian defender. Oh God, who's done that? Someone 25 yards out has a fucking mad thrashing shot at it, nowhere near. And again, these players genuinely, these fans genuinely look like they are like they're keeping the ball when it goes out of play. I didn't think you were allowed to do that. I'm pretty sure you need to be like throwing that back down to the pitch, don't you? Is that the rule? If you get a World Cup ball land on your lap because you're in the crowd, you get to keep it. That would be a nice rule, wouldn't it? I think they'd lose quite a few balls in the tournament. Certainly if players are going to take shots like the one I just saw, because that was shite. Norway in possession then, and they're very, very happy to play the ball from side to side. Obviously 1-0 up now. Already 10 minutes of this half played. I think Ivory Coast are going to have to put the afterburners on a little bit here and put them under a bit more pressure. Diamande doing just that already. No substitutions made as of yet. Oh, a Norway break, and that is Odegaard on the ball. See if he can pick out the ball he wants. He takes a bit too long. Ivory Coast get across, and it will be the Ivory Coast keeper that picks it up. And I'm not sure where the ball broke down there, but it was Odegaard that moved it forward, and he moved it forward very well. But then as soon as he got into the last third, kind of looked up and didn't really know where to pass it. Very weird for Odegaard, because in the red of Arsenal, he looks up and he seems to know where to put it every time. He just didn't seem to have it within him there to pick out Haaland or any of the other Norwegian players. So now the ball is back with Ivory Coast. Pepe's got the ball, and we'll see what's going to happen here. And so Ivory Coast moving the ball forward. Who's number 3 for Ivory Coast? Conan. So he is the guy that's overlapping with Yan Diomande, and then it's Doué that is overlapping with Pepe. And the fullbacks seem to have moved a bit further up here. There's a ball in. It's a goal. Oh, no. Wow, great save, Norway keeper. Wow, Nyland. I'm not sure which. I think it might have been Pepe. And, is it Pepe? No, it isn't. Number 17. It is Doué that took the initial shot, and then it comes back to Pepe, who right foot goes for the bottom right-hand corner, and the Norwegian keeper, I say great save, he didn't have to do much about it, it was straight at him, but nonetheless, Pepe will really, really regret not doing better with that. I think this could end up coming down to Ivory Coast just finishing this game full of regrets for not making their shots count. Norway moved the ball forward again, and it's intercepted. Ivory Coast back in possession. They've got to figure out how to make this possession count at some point. They've got to figure it out, because right now it just doesn't seem to be possible. And Ivory Coast now in possession. Got to try and figure out how to make it count. What do you do? What do you do? Pepe looks quality. Diamande look quality, but they're both out wide. The quality is not then in the middle. There's a lovely delivery in though. Pepe again with on the ball. Turn, shot, and it comes to nothing. You have to say, Bonnie, every time the ball does eventually find its way. There's Haaland Senior in the audience there behind Infantino. Alf Inge Haaland, if anyone is old enough like me to remember him. Former Manchester City player. He played for Leeds as well, I think. Great player. Not as good as his son, mind. Ivory Coast give away a foul on, I would say, the 20-yard line-ish. And, is that direct free kick territory, or will it be a ball in? If I was Odegaard, I'd be looking to ping one from there. It's about, if anyone can remember, the two outstanding free kicks that Declan Rice scored last season. It's probably about 5 yards further to the left. Odegaard stood over it. He's obviously left-footed, so I don't think it is going to be a shot. I think they will make a cross. They've got big lads, I suppose, going forward, haven't they? Haaland might fancy this. Running in on it. Ivory Coast are going to have to defend very well here. How many? I think the other thing Norway have to think about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've committed quite a lot forward. It does find itself all the way across, but the Ivory Coast... Hey! The Ivory Coast keeper claims it, and then the Norwegian players put their arm across him so that he can't clear the ball. That should be a free kick. They knew they'd overcommitted themselves there. Ball comes out wide. That is to Conan, their left back, who's moved forward. And it'll find itself out for a corner. I don't know where Diomande is. Where's he gone? Lovely ball in from Odegaard. Hits the Norwegian player's arm, actually, before he gets claimed by the keeper. But he was in a natural position. Right. Ball in from Diomande. Oh, nope. It's back to the feet of... who is that? Sangar, maybe? I think so. There's Diomande now on the ball. On the far left. Puts it back over into the middle. They're going to take another shot. Oh my god. Wow, we're not going to be able to deal with this very long. That's two. 2 times we've had... 2 times the ball has... They've not been able to find a way to get the ball into a player's feet. And so they play it across the goal. And 20-25 yards out, an Ivory Coast player takes a shot, and in both instances, absolutely miles wide and over. Bonnie is off. I thought that might happen, you know. He's not done enough. He's not given enough of an option. And so a player called Wahi is on for the Ivory Coast. First change of the game. Wahi on, Bonnie off. Let's see if Wahi can make a difference in terms of giving Pepe and Diomande a better option. Oh, and actually another player off as well, and that is Alue. He is off for Ivory Coast, and they've brought on Diallo. Is that Amad Diallo? It is. So the Manchester United man is on. How the fuck's he not starting? How is he not starting? So Amad Diallo's on. Let's see if the United lad can make a difference. Not particularly a Manchester United fan, but I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Right, Norway in possession. In the middle of the park. There's Ivory Coast on the ball. Lovely play, Diomande. Lovely little 1-2 there with Sangara, I think. Back out to Diomande. Oh, tries a little sneaky little dribble past two of them, gets past one and runs into traffic. He is human after all. And what's that, Diallo? It was Diallo, number 15, that started that off. I remember that number. That's a great challenge. Absolutely fantastic tackle from Ivory Coast there. And again, Ivory Coast moved the ball forward. The ball's back at the feet of Pepe. I hope he doesn't run out of energy because he has been magnificent on the right-hand side. Such a shame he just hasn't had the quality to be able to... Oh, and there's the ball in for him again, though. Pepe now puts the ball back. Oh, and that was the new lad that's just come on there. Wahi. And it's back out now over wide to Conan on the left-hand side. Ivory Coast have got it up them a little bit here. Playing nice, quick football again. Is that going to go out wide? No, they've cut inside. Did I drop out there? Hopefully you saw me. Something very interesting happened there. So I've had to turn my music off because despite getting it from a copyright-free place, it looks like someone says I've infringed copyright. And there's been a little complaint made, and so I just had to unlock my account. Sorry, lads. Won't do it again. I have to find another bit of music or something. And now, oh, Ivory Coast, there we are, they're fine. Well, that was horrible. I didn't like that. My account got locked for a moment there, and I had to view the terms and conditions of the copyright infringement and then get rid of it. I wonder, is there a way for me to be able to... I guess the thing now then is that I just have to say, I won't do it again. I won't use that music again. That was a little bit scary. Okay, well, whoever's watching this from that company that complained, I apologise and I won't use your music again. But I did get it off a copyright-free, a royalty-free place. Maybe I have to somewhere say the name of the title and all of that kind of stuff. Okay, well, I'll do that in the future. Very weird, though, eh? Very weird. Well, look, there you are. I'm musicless now. When I'm musicless, I kind of feel like I have to be a little bit more vocal. Right, okay, well, I'm unblocked now, so that's fine. I'll have to leave that for a little bit. Norway put a lovely ball in there. Oh, and it's gone out for a Norway corner. That's a great ball forward. Sorloth ran onto it. And it took Agbadu to stop it. So look at this, right? We're 65 minutes in. Norway still 1-0 up. With that goal that came against the run of play, I will say this. Ivory Coast have been the much better side in possession for me, but they are toothless. They really struggled to convert their chances. Versus Norway, who have been, I think, quite happy to soak it up in many instances. And have taken their chance beautifully. And the referee has had to pull the ball back because it's Berger and one of the Ivory Coast lads are having a right come together. Oh, wow. Corner ball came in. It got met by, I'm not sure who, Odegaard, I think maybe. Saved off the line by the by the Ivory Coast keeper. Literally off the line. Wow. A real let-off for Ivory Coast. And they're going back to check to see if it's a goal. They're going back to check to see if it's a goal. It might have gone in. It happened so quickly. Free corner kick came across the face of goal. They're holding play up here. Nope, they're letting it go. Wasn't a goal. Whew. Corner ball came across, got met with a low half volley, and I can't believe we haven't seen a replay of it ourselves here. They must have it ready in the studio and just need a break of play. I really want to see that again, though. And here come the Ivory Coast forward. Again, broken down. Norway's defence is so solid. And that will be a free kick. Nope, it comes forward. Oh, they're moving the ball with a nice bit of purpose here, Norway. Maybe they've soaked up Ivory Coast as much as they're going to, and they're going to come in for a bit of a counter punch here. Because this looks quite good. Oh, no. Ivory Coast have cleared it. There's a break in play. Let's see this bloody replay, shall we? And now we're off for a hydration break. Right. Well, it's the first time in the whole tournament's history that I've been pleased that they've got a hydration break. And the reason I'm pleased with it is because I want to see that shot. I can't believe they still haven't showed us it. Show us the fucking shot, BBC. Still nothing. I'm sure we'll see it in a minute, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Showing players drinking gel fruit and drinking water. No one gives a shit, lads. Literally no one gives a shit. Show us the replay of the very near goal that Norway just scored. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Asking me to scan a QR code instead to rate the players. Good job they're not asking me to rate the fucking production. Crap is what I would say. Anyway. Right. The media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owner. So, you know, earlier when I posted that me talking over a video of the goal, that is the copyright that's been infringed. So it isn't my music at all. It is. Let me see if I can see it. Goal alert. This media has been disabled in response to a report by the copyright owner. Got it. Right, I need to go and delete that post. So that post I made earlier, deleting it now, with me recording myself over the top of that goal, that was reported. That's weird, isn't it? That someone can post a video, and then because I do a reaction video over the top of that video, I get pulled from a copyright perspective. You have to be really super careful then about what you do with reaction videos on quick content. So I've deleted it now. That makes me feel better. It means I can put my music back on. Thank fuck. Okay, let's do that. There we go. Music's back on. Right, hydration break done. They may have in that time actually just showed the fucking replay I was waiting for, but I can't see it. So there we are. That's done. Wouldn't it be amazing to go to one of these games out in Mexico, Canada, or the United States of America? I would love to. I think the one I would love to go to the most would be the Azteca in Mexico. Changes then from Norway coming in. So, Nusa, the goal scorer, comes off. And so does Sorloth, who I think's been a great player alongside Haaland. And it's Scheidelup Scheiderup, who comes on, and Bob. B-O-B-B. Bob. Right. Well, I'd love to know what you all think of the game so far. Please do let me know what you all think. I'm going to ask the people in my group chat as well, actually. I'm going to say... What do you all think, then? Is this a 1-0 finish, or does Ivory Coast find a way back in? I'm not so sure, you know. I think I might be going 5-0 here, but I just think that Ivory Coast are going to be found a little bit wanting when it comes to the final finishing that they've got. I just think they are not quite there. Running out of ideas. And I tell you, Ivory Coast have got... Norway. Wow. You look at match momentum. It's such a good graphic that comes up on the television these days. And second half momentum has literally all been Ivory Coast. And they've given the ball away there, though. That's a shame. And Haaland... It's interesting. Haaland does that thing, you know, where they pass the ball to him in midfield and he plays it back to a midfielder and then breaks. And he must just wish he had some of his Manchester City colleagues with him, because when he plays that ball back, he doesn't get nearly the same. Oh, Jan Diomande, what a player. The Norwegian, I don't care. Like, the Norwegian fans are all rowing their boat at the moment. No one cares, mate. The ball is still in play. For fuck's sake, this production team... Oh, look at these Norse guys doing their row the boat. Let's quickly show that. No one cares. Like, show me the football. For fuck's sake. That was irritating. They did that in Qatar so much. Remember they used to do the slow-mos? They used to do those things that were in ultimate slow-mo. And you'd get like 30 seconds of someone's head moving. And you'd be like, is the fucking game not on? Ivory Coast have broke. They're in. And it's a goal. Ivory Coast have scored. What a great goal. Amad Diallo, who has just come on. Manchester United player. Wow, the fucking Ivory Coast team are all... Let him get up. You don't want to injure him. They are all over him. What a great goal. Comes in from the right-hand side. Wouldn't surprise me if it's Pepe. Finds itself for Diallo, dances in amongst 2 or 3 players with his left foot, I think, into the bottom corner. What an excellent, excellent goal. I haven't seen Diallo since because he's been smothered by his players. And no, it was a 1-2 he had in. Oh, what a great goal. What a fantastic goal from Amad Diallo. Honestly, there's nothing more I can say about it. It is a fantastic goal. Absolutely love it. It's the first bit of quality that Ivory Coast have had in their last third, where it's been like, we've done all the work to get here, now let's execute. They've just missed that throughout. And I am so pleased for them. So pleased for them to have got that back. And it's 1-1 going into the last 15 minutes. Absolutely love that they've been able to do that. They've deserved it. They have been all over Norway for the entire second half. And I thought for a minute that we were going to see Norway kind of snuff it out. Well, now we see what Norway are made of. Now we get to see what Norway are made of, right? They rested their A team. They got stuffed by France. They come back. They're fresh. Now 75 minutes in, they've conceded in a game where really, with the exception of Nusa's absolute worldie that nobody could have seen, we've had a few missed shots from Haaland, and that's been it. I would say that Ivory Coast are the much better side. And then Norway put something in. Oh my god! Ah! Scrabble in the 18-yard box. And it is out for a Norway throw. Fucking hell, that was whack, man. See, this is what I'm saying. Norway have done nothing or half. They concede and go 1-0, and suddenly they come to life. Oh. Odegaard in possession now. It's funny, where Norway have got these... Hang on, let me just finish in a second. Ball in, Ivory Coast clear it. Norway, on the back of their shirts, have got this kind of like Norse rune writing, you know, like very... Like old traditional like Viking letters. Oh, Ivory Coast are in here. Oh! Oh! Is that a penalty? Oh, I want to see a replay of that. Pepe is going to feel like it might have been. Hello, Bull. Nice to see you, lad. I hope you're good. It's been a good one, this. Let's fucking go. Good to see you, mate. It's been a good one. Yeah, sorry, I was saying, where Norway have got these, like, Norwegian rune, old Viking-style writing, the lad who's number 8 looks like he's just got a cross on his back with 2 very thin lines that join it for the 8. Norway... on the ball again, looking weirdly. So Ivory Coast have then equalised and now look a little bit nervous, like they have to protect it, as opposed to doing what they were just doing a moment ago, which is just fucking going for it. I want them to go for it. Come on, Ivory Coast. Diomande on the ball, who has been really good. Not the better of the 2 wingers, mind. Pepe's been exceptional, but he puts the ball down. Amad Diallo again. Go on, get back on the field, lad. Did it go off, did it, before it... What was it, offside? What are we doing here? Oh, yeah, it wasn't a penalty. It wasn't a penalty, and actually Pepe's gone down like he's been fucking executed. It's never a penalty. My God. Right, are we still... I've not even kept an eye on the changes. Let me quickly see. So, no, still 2 changes each. Norway moving the ball forward. Almost 80 minutes in now, so we've got 10 minutes to go. Only 2 changes each made, so they've got 3 still remaining. Could go into extra time, this. Still thinking about that celebration as well. It's absolutely bonkers. Diallo scored, ran away from where he'd taken the shot, tripped, fell over, and the rest of the squad jumped on him. Oh, that's lovely. Well played. So, oh, they've given the ball away there, though, Ivory Coast. So we're right down by almost by the corner flag, and they've cleared it. Yeah, Ivory Coast have sat so deep now. Shit, lads. Move up the field. We don't want them to have to just sit and defend for the next 15 minutes, because I think we've already established that they're not as good at that as they are at going forward. Odegaard there with a... oh, there we are. He's tripped. That's fine. Right. Come on, Ivory Coast. Get a hold of the ball. They can't string 2 passes together here. Giving it away again. Thankfully, who's this lad? Number 3. It's Conan. He's a fucking defender, I tell you. What a player he is. I've enjoyed watching them, actually. I've enjoyed watching the whole game. I mean, there've been some... That Nusa lad, he's a real talent for Norway. Oh, we've got a problem here. We've got a player on the floor who looks like he's in real trouble. What's wrong with him? Oh, his back. Is that Diallo? Is that Ahmad? If it is, it'll be because he fucking got... They dove on him. There's some twat on the picture now with a Rolex and a number 32. He's probably an American footballer, isn't he? It is Diallo. Oh no, he's having to come off. He can't move. I tell you, I bet you that's got something to do with the fact that the whole team jumped on him. Diallo not looking very good here. I think he's got a cramp in his back, and I can't be sure that that isn't from all of the rest of the squad jumping on him in his goal celebration. You see the Ivory Coast fans when they when they score it, they go bananas, absolutely crazy in the thing. I love the Ivory Coast crest on their jersey too. It's got the big elephant on it. It's absolutely amazing. Is he all right? Is he okay? He's wincing a bit. Just get some fucking deep heat on that back, lad. Rub it in and get back on. Been a real highlight since he came on, honestly. Bull, are you with me? Are you watching, son? Or am I talking to myself here with you, lad? Oh. So, Ahmad, is he going to come on? Okay, he's looking to come back on. It looks like he doesn't want to come off, which is a relief. And let's see what he's like. Well, he has a little jump there, and we'll just see what he looks like in a minute. Oh, they're covering his back in deep heat spray. Absolutely covering his back in it. So get that rubbed in, get on, run it off. You'll be okay. So they're bringing off number 16 now, Ivory Coast, which is... Oh, wait. Are they actually bringing him off? Oh, no, it's Norway. Right, so they're bringing off 16. It's Pedersen, which is their left back? Right back. Sorry, they're right back. I don't know my left and my right. Sorry. And they've bought on in Pedersen's place. We'll see in a minute who they bought on. It hasn't refreshed on my screen yet. Tell you what, my back's cramped up. I could do with some of that fucking deep heat. This chair's not the most comfortable. I need to get a better chair. Orsnes has come on for Norway in place of Pedersen. So some fresh legs. And that would be on the right side, which would be versus Diamande. So they've obviously just changed it up and said, fresh legs, go fucking put Diamande in a box for 10 minutes, please, if you can. Hell of a brief. Literally one of the best players at the tournament so far. 1-1 then. Going into extra time potentially. Let's see what happens. We'll see in a moment what is going on. What's going on? Right. Norway in possession then. Lovely block. Norway broke the line there, looked to get the ball across, and it's a great sliding challenge from Ivory Coast. This lad, who's this then? Number 21. Number 21, is that the lad that's just come on for Norway? Literally looks about 11 years old. I've never seen anything like it. 21. Oh no, Scheuderjup. He's been on for a little while. God, he looks young. Bloody hell. Ooh, right, onwards we go. And let's see. Norway still in possession. Oh, they've put the ball in. There it is. Isn't... Oh, Erling Haaland has scored. It's 2-1. 85th minute. Where the flipping hell has that come from? They have not had any of the ball. It gets given away. They move the ball forward. And it gets put across the face of goal. All defenders are out the way. Haaland's there and it's literally a tap-in. It is a tap-in. Bloody hell. I feel really sorry for the Ivory Coast. And it's zooming out to Alf Inge Haaland, his dad there. So look, the ball comes in from the right-hand side. It's a lovely initial ball in, and it's exceptional from Berg to not rush it and to play it across goal. And Haaland, he doesn't even take the shot. It lands on his foot and he's in flight. Yeah, it's just a lovely, lovely finish. Very, very easy. Really well worked goal. Haaland always scores. He always scores. I think Toshibet, who I work with, by the way, said that if Haaland scores and you've placed a bet, then they'll pick some people out who will get 5 times the odds. That is his 60th goal in 53 Norway appearances. And now they've bought Pepe off. Whoa, shame for Pepe, man. He's been really good. So who's Pepe come off for? Pepe is off the field and is being replaced by, we'll learn in a minute, Diakite. So what have we got here? 2 goals, that's 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 substitutions. So that's probably another 3 minutes. So 5 added on. So we've got 2 to play and 5 added on. And we'll see if Ivory Coast can go get another. I think they could get another, or they will concede 2 more trying. So, 2 great things have happened is my both teams to score has come in on this one. But I have lost the other bet, which is Ivory Coast to progress. I really thought they would. Oh, that's lovely from Haaland. Unlucky. Oh, see, Ivory Coast have got a few committed here. And Norway have got the ball. And this is where you could see Norway nicking another one here. Because Ivory Coast have got to get the ball and they've got to fucking go for it. They've got to go for it. Ivory Coast win the ball for a throw-in. Let's see if they can get up the field and do it. Oh, I really feel for Ivory Coast. They've been loads better. I want to look at some match stats. I want to see if they have. Is it me being biased, or have they been better? They've not had more possession. So they've had 46% possession, but they've had 12 shots to Norway's 8, 4 each on target. Touches inside the opposition box, 44 to Norway's 23. Goalkeeper saves, Norway have made 3. Aerial duels is 13-10. Corners, 12-3 to Ivory Coast. I wondered if it was me just saying it as Norway attack again. Haaland maybe to get a second. No, they've got back. Ivory Coast have got back and defended well there, but this is where it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a real problem here. Ivory Coast have got to try and go forward as we go into the last 4 seconds of regulation time. How many added on minutes? 7. 7 added on minutes. I knew it would be at least 5. So we've got 7 minutes to go. Ivory Coast have got to find a goal from somewhere just to take us through to extra time. And bless Norway, they have got to try and absorb this now. And you have the feeling that Ivory Coast will either find the goal or Norway will get another one because Ivory Coast will have so many people committed. So many men committed up the field. Oh, and then you get balls given away like that by Ivory Coast. That is dreadful. That looks like complete exhaustion there from number 8 Ivory Coast, which is Kessie. And he must be shattered by now. We're 90 minutes in. Ivory Coast have given so much in this game. Found themselves 1-0 down to a world-class effort from Nusa. And then finally got got the equaliser they'd been hunting for so long. And then who steps up? You know who steps up, because the man never misses, and it's Erling Haaland. And here at Ivory Coast on the run, it's Conan's going to put the ball in. It's over the top. Oh, wow. Wow, Norway keeper just about keeps that out. Ivory Coast here with the ball at about 25 yards out, marauding forward. Norway have got 8 in the box. Flooding the box. They're going to struggle to get it out. Even Erling Haaland's back defending. And is that going to be a free kick? Yeah, it is. The ball comes in. Yan Diomande jumps up. All of this play acting that they're doing to slow the ball down is very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Well, there we are. We're nearly there. Just showing the replay. The ball put across there from Berg is so brilliantly put across. It literally lands in front of Haaland's stride. So all he has to do is just keep running and he makes contact with it. Messi now with 6 goals at this tournament and Haaland with 5. And is that Diomande coming off? They are literally bringing off Yan Diomande. I find that staggering because if they get the equaliser here somehow, and Conan, so they've literally bought both players off of that that left-hand side, and now if they equalise, that's Yan Diamande's off for extra time and penalties. That is bonkers. It doesn't look like the equaliser's coming, though, to be perfectly frank. Feels very much like it might all be done, to be honest. And so, Norway then to face Brazil. I would say Brazil have got the beating of this Norway team. No problem. Because Brazil moved the ball with the same kind of intent. And they are much more clinical in front of goal than Ivory Coast. Much more clinical. The Ivory Coast just can't get hold of it now. Are they getting the ball? Oh, you don't like to see that. You don't like to see that. Ivory Coast trying to pick the ball up there and the Norwegian coach is like moved the ball back with his foot. I don't like that. Okay, here we go again. Ivory Coast moving the ball forward. Lovely 1-2. See, not quite made it. Has he got the ball back? He has. He has. It's not a foul, so the lad needs to get up. Oh, yeah, he soon got up when he realised he hadn't won a foul, didn't he? Fucking cheating twat. That was Odegaard as well. Of course it was Odegaard. Always him. And now he's having a go at the player. Get off. Bob and Odegaard. And now the Norwegian players are bullying here and being dickheads. It's all Odegaard's fault. And if they look back on it, they should go and book him. They should go back and book him. Odegaard hit the floor like he'd been shot a minute ago. And then he's gone into number 18. Who is that? Number 18, Sanger. And then he's squared up to him and pushed his head into his head. Fucking book him, Odegaard, cheating twat. Does my head in. Fucking can't stand him. Hate him at Arsenal. Hate him for fucking Norway. There you are. That's why I don't stream England matches, by the way. No one wants to see that. Free kick then. It's a great ball. Amad Diallo with a great free kick and the Norwegian keeper meets it and it's a very, very good save. And Amad's going to feel, oh, it's a wonderful free kick. It was definitely going in. And the Norse keeper has got across the goal and made a wonderful save. 96 minutes. That's 1 minute away, and that might be it. That might be it. There's a corner now, but they have not been great with corners so far. Diallo's going to take it. It doesn't even beat the first man. It's a shit corner. Another poor corner. Ivory Coast have got to try and get hold of it. That's going to go out for a throw-in to Norway. And you have to say, with 40 seconds to go, that might be it. That might be it. Oh, unlucky. What a very, very interesting game. I would say Norway absolutely rode their luck. Ivory Coast here, they've got 20 seconds. They've got the ball. Get it up the field, lads. And they've got it. Okay, here we go. Ivory Coast with their last attack of the game. Do they get a corner with it? Do they get a corner with it? Yes, they do. Corner ball. Ahmad's going to take it. Alf-Inge Haaland sinks into his seat. Even the Ivory Coast goalkeeper has gone up for this one. They're all up here. Extra player. This is it. They have to score this. It's 97 minutes and 20 seconds. They will be allowed to take the corner. If it gets cleared by Norway, that is it. If it goes in, we go to extra time. Ball in. It's a great ball in. Get it back in. Get it back in. No, they're going to lose this. They're going to lose this. That's it. 2-1 to Norway. Erling Haaland smiles, very happy. The Norwegian fans are delighted. The Norwegian players are delighted. Poor Ivory Coast sink to the floor. What more could they have done? Well, all they could have done is convert their chances. They've been brilliant, but they just couldn't convert. And Noosa with a worldie, and then when you've got when you've got Erling Haaland on the field, it just takes one moment, and that's what we saw. Ball played across goal. Haaland in the right place at the right time. And it's 2-1 to Norway. Well played to Norway. Excellent, excellent play. You have to say, they've done very, very well there. They've done very well considering it was all Ivory Coast. And that's the end of that. Right. 8 o'clock here, guys. I'm going to go now for a run. Appreciate you all for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, or maybe I won't. So the game tomorrow is England-Congo. I'm not going to show that one, but if England win and I'm in a good mood, then I will come back and I will do... Excuse me. I will do... Fucking hell, what am I looking at? Wednesday, Belgium, Senegal. So it just depends. Depends. I might come back and do Belgium, Senegal. If England lose, you can expect to hear from me in 2 weeks. Right. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Thanks for your time, and enjoy the rest of the football tonight. France, Sweden next. France should absolutely piss that game. And what's the next one after that? It is Ecuador, Mexico. Going to be a tight one. I've got Ecuador to win it, but hey, don't listen to me too much because I'm out of 5 games currently in the last 32. I've lost all 5. So what do I know? Take it easy, everyone. Bye. Have a good night. Bye. 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 Bye.